Ghostbusters Afterlife marked a big comeback for the Ghostbusters franchise, and I recently saw the brand new sequel to that, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, now playing in theaters. But is this new installment of the Ghostbusters franchise worthy of being a big, chilling thrill ride for y'all? Or is this one due to be sent to the freezer from, well, you know where? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big Days Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released supernatural comedy flick Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, released by Columbia and directed by Gil Kenan, from a screenplay he co-wrote with Jason Reitman, who helmed the previous film. This is the follow up to Ghostbusters Afterlife and the fifth overall installment of the Ghostbusters franchise. Yes, counting 2016's film, which, well, you know the story. Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, Finn Wolfhard, Mckenna Grace, Celeste O'Connor, and Logan Kim reprise their roles from the previous film. Along with returning stars from the earlier films, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, and even William Atherton. Plus Kumail Nanjiani, Patton Oswalt, Emily Alyn, and James Acaster are part of this. This takes place 2 years after the events of Afterlife, as the veteran Ghostbusters join forces with their new recruits to save the world in New York City from a powerful, death-chilling adversary who seeks to build a spectral army. Well, the story starts out with a little intro. In 1904, New York City, when firefighters respond to a call and find a room full of archaeological hobbyists frozen to death, while spectral chant plays from a phonograph. The only survivor is a woman in an ancient suit of armor clutching a bronze orb. In the present day, Callie Spengler, her boyfriend Gary Gruberson, and her children Trevor and Phoebe have taken up residence in the New York firehouse as the new Ghostbusters team, with their expenses being covered by former Ghostbuster Winston Zedmore. After a dangerous chase through the streets, the team faces public backlash and threats from Mayor Walter Peck, a longtime opponent of the Ghostbusters. To appease Peck, Callie suspends Phoebe, who is only 15, from the team until she is a legal adult. Gary supports Callie, though he is still unsure of his role in Phoebe and Trevor's lives. While the rest of the team are out on a job, Phoebe wanders to see and befriends Melody, the ghost of a 16-year-old girl who died in a fire with her family, and is unhopeful on passing on and reuniting with them. And but not only that, Dr. Ray Stantz, another former Ghostbuster, and his intern, Phoebe's old friend Podcast, hosts an online show from his occult bookshop where he finds and collects high objects. And they meet Nadim Razmadi and sells Ray the brass orb. Well, something really is occurring and what have you. And soon they learn the story of a mysterious entity that causes the death chill and what have you. Yes. Which is an entity known as Garaka. So anyway, that's all the story I'll give to you because this is a spoiler-free review, so no more. So my thoughts on this film, I actually enjoyed it just as much as I did with the last film. This film is pretty cool and what have you, no pun intended. And it's just another great film to be added to the franchise. Now, this time they have Dario Marianelli confirmed to work on this. This would be his second collab with Kenan after the Netflix film known as A Boy Called Christmas, which I have not seen. Now, this film was directed by Gil Kenan, who had actually guest starred with Columbia's first animated feature in some time, Monster House, in 2006. He also went on to direct the Poltergeist remake in 2017, which would be his second live action film. His first was the factual cult hit Sea of Ember, which that film was based on a book, but it bombed at the box office. Anyway, I think Keenan did an actually good job on this and what have you. Now, with its reception, the film's currently now at 43%, which that's actually less, well, a little over 20% less than its predecessor, but they still say the film offers a certain amount of nostalgia fueled fun for fans of the original, but a crowded cast and surprisingly serious tone prevent this sequel from truly sparking. Well, I understand there's so many characters and what have you. I know a lot of people's probably complained about that. I understand and what have you, but it sure was nice though to have them the old surviving Ghostbusters rejoin the new Ghostbusters a little more, even, unlike the previous film, but still, it provided a lot of fun and what have you. But again, I can understand. Anyway, this film's doing pretty well, so I think this will lead way for more and what have you. Now, last month, Gil Kenan revealed that ideas for multiple future films, I'm getting tongue tied here, in the franchise were discussed. But let's not jump ahead. Let's not get ahead of get ahead of ourselves yet. But we'll see what happens. If this does well, then mind you, we may get another one. So anyway, now, this film was supposed to come out last summer, but however, due to that kind picking strike and what have you, and it was actually supposed to come out next week, which was taking on the former release, the original release for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, but we don't know when that's gonna come. Uh, let's not get into that strike business and what have you, alright? Anyway, it's the first film in the Ghostbusters franchise to be released following the death of Ivan Reitman, who posthumously receives credit as a producer, while the film is dedicated to his memory and celebrates the 40th anniversary of the first film, which will be turning 40 this summer and what have you. Anyway, the story does have a few, well, ups and downs, but I feel it's got more ups and downs though. My only issues with the film and what have you is probably a long wait for the main antagonist of Chilling Ghost and what have you was well took longer than I thought and what have you, but well also I can understand there were so many well so much of a big cast, but that's only a slight negative, but not completely bad, completely and what have you. So anywho, yeah, and it may go from one thing to another, which that's also a slight negative though, but that doesn't really too much of a point off. Just maybe half a point, but that's it. That and the well, just the villain not being shown until we get close to the final act and what have you. That's only my biggest complaint and what have you. Nevertheless, the cast was still good. We had Paul Rudd back as Gary Gruberson. He was still good and what have you. Finn Wolfhard, who I'm looking forward to seeing him back in the final season of Stranger Things. Still good as Trevor. And McKenna Grace as Phoebe, still good. Carrie Coon as Callie, very good. Kumail Nanjiani does Nadim. Now, of course, he recently appeared in the recent Twilight Zone, which Jordan Peele worked on. And yeah, he's been in numerous films and what have you. He's appeared in Hot Tub Time Machine 2, Goosebumps, Central Intelligence. Well, he had a cameo on it. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Most people would probably remember him from being in the Amazon film The Big Sick. And he also appeared in Stuber, Man Black International, Doolittle, Eternals, and more recently he had a voice role in the recent hit animated film Migration. Yeah. Now, Patton Oswalt plays the character of Dr. Hubert Wartsky, who helps Ray and the young Ghostbusters figure out this little issue here with the orb. Celeste O'Connor is back as Lucky Domingo. She's still pretty good. Logan Kim is on board as Podcast. I liked his performance. Let's see here. Yeah. Then, of course, we have the. Then we also have Sorry, I'm trying to get through this. James Acaster as Dr. Lars Penfield. We have Emily Alyn Lind as Melody. I almost thought that was Jenna Ortega, but I was wrong. Sorry, nobody's perfect. So, our old cast, Bill Murray's back as Dr. Peter Venkman. He's still not too bad, but he's got a few funny moments. Dan Aykroyd's back as Dr. Ray Stantz, and Ernie Hudson as Dr. Winston Zedmore. Yes, he's now Dr. Zedmore. Annie Potts is back as Janine Melnitz. Yeah, and I'm glad to see she gets suited up. First time I've seen her do this since the real Ghostbusters animated series. And finally, William Atherton's back as Mayor Walter Peck from the first film. Also, while the character was absent from the last film, but it was good to have Slimer back and what have you. That was a good aspect about this film. So anyway, while it may not have much of the villain what have you until the last act and what have you, and it may have a big cast and what have you and all that stuff. I still think Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was an exceptionally good sequel. I hope for the best this does well, and hopefully maybe we'll get another one. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So anyway, I do think the characters are good, both old and new. If you've not seen Afterlife and what have you, but anyway, I am going to say this is really, really a good film. I probably would put this smack dab in between the Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think. No, wait, take that back. No, wait, take that back. Ghostbusters. I put smack dab between Ghostbusters Afterlife and the first film. Oops, I got ahead of myself. Ghostbusters 2 was fun, what have you. Now, I know Ghostbusters 2006 might have got a little, I still like it though, but I'd still probably would put that at the bottom of the chain, just in case, so that way I wouldn't disappoint y'all and what have you, but still I have a soft spot for it. But anyway, enough said. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I think you'll really like it. Go to your theater and check it out. And if you don't get to check out, well, there's always a chance you can get on physical media when it comes around, or check out when it comes to Netflix, because Netflix has been getting Sony's flicks and what have you. So anyway, with everything said, I'm going to give Ghostbusters Frozen Empire 4.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a 9.5. So what did you think of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you another spoiler-free review, and it'll be on the brand new Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal. So, thanks for watching this review, and if you like this, check out my re-reviews of the first 2 Ghostbuster films in the upper left-hand corner and upper right-hand corner. Or if you'd like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the latest episode of my Do You Remember series, where I talk about another series of new Ghostbusters in Extreme Ghostbusters from 1997. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.